Okay, so today I'm gonna eat L&L, which is a Hawaiian barbecue. Is that what it's called? It's a Hawaiian restaurant. And I got this. I got brown rice, chicken, and vegetables. They didn't even add vegetables. Like, they literally added like 5 pieces of vegetables. I paid $9 for this. This was $9. They didn't have what I actually wanted, the healthy stuff, so I had to get this instead. But I didn't even show it. But so the chicken, vegetables, and brown rice. I'm trying to be healthier. Who's ruining my video? My mom's back there, but yeah. Well, at least they added a lot of chicken. So what are we going to talk about? Okay, let's talk about the racism in our community. Okay? Specifically in the Mexican community. Actually, Mexican American, because there's a difference between Mexican and Mexican American. So I'm going to be speaking as a Mexican American, my experience with racism, okay. So I was raised around Mexican Americans and Mexicans, because my mom is Mexican American and my dad is Mexican. Okay? So from what I remember, was hearing when I was younger, I don't know at what age, I would hear like my tias from my dad's side they would call black people mayates. That's racist. So if you're black and you hear a Mexican say mayate, sock them. Because that's racist. Yeah. So I guess like growing up, I never really thought like, oh my gosh, that's so wrong. Because you're so young. You just hear about it. You obviously maybe like see your parents say stuff like that and it becomes normal to you. But like I would hear my dad's family speak like that, you know? And obviously now I know, like I'm not stupid, like it's wrong. Yeah, so that, and then also there's this thing, I'm sure it's not just a Mexican thing, but when people say mejorar la raza, which is to better the race, which means like my dad, I think he told me like a few times or like once, he was like, don't marry anyone who's darker than you, marry someone who's lighter. For what? That's a lot of people's mentality. Like stay away from darker people. Don't get a dark boyfriend. What else? Personally, I haven't experienced anything like, I don't remember ever being told like anything about my skin color or how I look. Nothing offensive. That's just me though. I'm speaking for myself. Okay? Let me just have a little piece of skin. That's just me. I don't know if it was because I was like on the lighter side or whatever. But I never experienced anything. And honestly, all of this, like the reason why they're racist is because Like, ever since colonization, like, Native Americans were literal, like, they were mistreated by the Europeans. So when Mexico was colonized, white people pretty much made Native Americans believe, like, you're not good enough because you're not white like me, you know? Same with black people. That's what Europeans did to black people too. So I call it a colonizer mentality. And it's scary because like, how are you gonna be racist towards your own people? Like, there are Mexicans who are dark who think that way. They're like, I only want a white girl. Or they're like, I'm white. Like, they call themselves white when they look like straight up Native American. There was a kid that I knew. His grandma was racist towards him, and like, his grandma was like the stereotypical Mexican looking person, you know, like brown, like dark, Native American, you know? And he was brown too, like probably the same skin color. And his grandma would pretty much mistreat him because he was like the darker like grandchild. When she was dark herself, they were probably the same color. Like, that's crazy. Something that I've noticed is that the darkest Mexicans are like, they're like so proud of their Spanish blood, even though they're really dark and they look Native American. And then the really white Mexicans, they're like, they call themselves like Aztec. Like, it's funny. This has a lot of skin. Do you want some? Ma?
No.
Like, whoa. Also, something that I can't stand is when Mexicans are like, okay, so sometimes we see like some black people, maybe they ruin a street vendor's like I don't know, I've heard of those things, like they attack a street vendor or something, and people are like, oh, well, what about BLM? And I'm like, who said those black people were part of that group? Not every black person is part of Black Lives Matter. Like, it's like if I said, it's like if I see a Mexican like commit a crime and I'm like, oh, I don't like Mexicans anymore. Like, it's stupid. Like, hello, you're ignorant. That's one of my issues with Mexicans. Like, they're so freaking ignorant. Like, they can be super ignorant. Like, it's disgusting. Like, also, I've noticed how, I mean, everyone notices this, but you watch TV, like Mexican TV shows or whatever, and most of the actors are white. That doesn't represent us. Maybe it represents like 20% of the population, but majority of us are like not white with blue eyes. I finished everything except for the skin because I'm trying to be healthy. Okay.